Welcome to MJ Sailing. We're Matt and Jessica, a couple that left Michigan for the nomadic lifestyle 7 years ago. Recently, we refitted an aluminum boat to sail to the Arctic and explore some of the more remote areas of the planet. Thanks for joining the adventure.
We're having a beautiful time out here, and then the fog came. So right now we have the radar on, we have AIS, we have everything. We slowed our speed down. Every 2 minutes we're blowing a foghorn. But one of the funniest things is every single time we blow this foghorn, there's a seagull behind us that drifts out of sight. Pretty much as soon as I blow this foghorn, the seagull will come flying up to us. We're thinking that it associates that sound with a fishing boat is the only thing we can figure out, but it seems to be a seagull call, so we'll see if it works right now.
Yeah, it's coming. Hey, birdie.
So it lands in the water, floats, we drift away, gets out of sight, blow the horn, it lifts off, comes and flies and finds us, and then settles back down. It was the funniest thing.
Hilarious.
So it is adding a bit of entertainment to the stress of not seeing anything around us at all. Nerve-wracking. So we have the radar going, we have 2 different chart plotters going, we have the AIS running, we're blowing the horn every 2 minutes. Unfortunately, it looks like the fog is here to stay for a little bit, so we had to adjust our plans kind of. We did have multiple anchorages figured out, but this being the weather situation, now we're going to have to go to anchorage C or D on our list of where we actually wanted to go tonight. Because it's a wide open area, getting to it's going to be the easiest, and there aren't really any obstructions, so we should be able to drop anchor in the middle of it, even though we can't see anything. Drop anchor in the middle of it and hope for the best type of thing. So we'll be heavily using radar when we get close to that, just to make sure there's nothing popping up. This radar can usually pick up little sticks or posts type of thing. So we'll have someone at the bow, someone working with the chart plotters, radar running when we come into the anchorage, and again, I hope that there aren't other boats there. This is in a completely secluded area, well away from any other civilization, so it should be bare. Again, we'll see. This is not ideal, this is not what we want to do, but it's best what we have to work with.
past. I'm out here doing my watch now as we're coming up to anchor, and just on the ridge there, or on the horizon there, I can kind of make out a big rock. Matt says it's 1,000 feet away. But as you can see, as we come up to our anchorage, it's going to be behind just a rock like that. And you can barely see anything. So through the haze, you can start to see a spot there and some land there. And we are going to be anchoring in the middle right here. So wish us luck. It's time to get down. Anchorage 1 did not work. On to anchorage 2. At the time the anchor was dropped, we could not see anything around us except the little rock which our charts told us was sitting 150 feet behind our stern. Through the evening, the dense fog did begin to lift and gave us our first real glimpse into our surroundings. While we could see a distinct line of where the fog was still sitting out to sea, closer to shore we could pick up mountaintops in the distance and the beautiful red rock of the island we had anchored next to. No time to sit around and explore though, as the next morning we'd be off, trying to make up miles getting south. This episode is sponsored by Psyonix Aurora Color Night Vision Camera, which has already become an indispensable safety tool as we sail. As the days are growing shorter, we find ourselves traveling a lot more in night conditions, and the Psyonix Aurora has been huge in safety for letting us clearly pick out things like buoys, other boats, and the shoreline. We were able to test it out on our last passage, which actually happened to be overnight, as per usual. And as we were coming into the harbor, I was able to use the Aurora to clearly pick out another boat that was passing in front of us that I was not able to see with my naked eye.
Yeah, absolutely amazing how well I can see this. It's pretty much impossible to show you what it actually looks like with the naked eye, but just imagine jet black.
And as a bonus for our lifestyle, we're now able to film in extreme low light conditions to capture things that we've never been able to before. When compared side by side with our action camera, the Aurora will amazingly outperform in low light conditions and only needs faint moonlight or starlight to pick up images in otherwise darkness. Features include a 3x zoom 16mm glass lens, a waterproof rating of IP67, 720p video and photo capabilities, and a 1-inch sensor for low light sensitivity, which together bring you superhuman power provided by Aurora. I see the Psyonix Aurora being something that we get a lot of use of in the future, and if you're interested, we have the link in the description box below, so make sure to check it out for yourselves. Are finally sailing again, and it feels so nice to have the engine off. We keep getting stuck in these pockets with absolutely no air, and since it's time for us to begin making our way south, as the season is coming to an end, we have to kind of keep ourselves moving, so it's really nice to be able to actually catch the air, have the sails out. Right now we are on our way back to the town of Ålesund, but yeah, we're just trying to get in 50-mile days pretty much every day, sail when we can. Today, I believe, is a 40-mile jump that we're squeezing in, and there's no inside passes here, so we're actually going to go to a little island that's maybe like 15 miles out from the mainland, and at least there is no fog today like the other day, so no tricky entrances to that. Fingers crossed, day isn't over yet. Boat hunting.
I am not navigating.
You're navigating and boat hunting.
Navigating and boat hunting.
There's always a next boat.
Sickness. There's always something to learn is the big thing. Each boat's so dramatically different, and there are certain little features in each one that you sit there and go, oh, that's a good idea. And that's it.
So maybe in 15 years we'll see Matt the boat designer. Because you have all the skills necessary.
Nope. Not going to school again.
Nope.
Not furthering my education. The seas are a lot less than what the apps were showing, the windy app and the other things were showing, which is good. So we have that benefit. It has been a pretty nice breeze and pretty steady, which is kind of rare around here. We're far enough offshore too that we're not getting the effects from land, so it's not accelerating and decelerating around different things. So it's made it a lot more enjoyable. In fact, we can just set the sails instead of having to every 2 seconds tack and move things back and forth. It's just set it and forget for right now.
Every once in a while we'll feel warm breezes in the air. It kind of goes back and forth between pockets of kind of like warmer air and colder air. So there is hope that as we continue our way south, we can get out of these like heavy foul weather gear and back into short sleeve shirts, which we were in when we first got here. So who knows, maybe Bergen is hiding all the warm weather.
And the sun again.
And the sun.
We've missed the sun for a little bit.
Yeah, so fingers crossed that we find sun and warm enough weather to start stripping off some of these layers. Trying to eke out the last bits of wind we can. I think we have about an hour and a half or 2 hours until the anchor is down. Although Matt did just read in our guidebook that the spot I originally had picked out has private moorings, which does tend to happen from time to time around here. You go through we use Navionics charts and it shows the anchor symbol. So you're like, yes, I found something in like 7 meters. It's gonna be perfect and there's enough room for swinging. And then you either get there and see with your own eyes, or you check it more in a guidebook and find out things like this. So Matt's trying to find a new place for us now. But you can see where we're headed. It's rainy. There's lots of storms up there. But as we had earlier here today too, they kind of pass over you, little sprinkle, then they're gone. So it's not like we're gonna be out sunbathing today anyway, not that big of a deal. But I'm still looking forward to my pizza and Guinness for a dinner. It's kind of funny the things you look forward to. I can't lay on a beach, so I'm gonna eat pizza, and that's cool too.
So of the places that are marked in the charts, none of them look like they're really great for the weather that we have coming. It's not high winds or anything, but it's just going to be coming out of a direction that it's not typical. So this is going to be coming out of the southwest, and a lot of the anchorages are exposed to that. So we need to find something that's going to be good there. One of the greatest things with Norway, well, not one of the greatest things, but a great thing with Norway that we don't usually get is internet access. The cell phone coverage is phenomenal for data, one of the things that they do offer is on their yellow pages, so something that you typically use for businesses to get phone numbers. They actually have all their nautical charts, so we can check that. The other thing that's great is it allows me to check Google satellite images as well, so we can see if it's something that's built up, or if there's a commercial fish farm that isn't marked, or something like that that isn't showing on the charts. It allows me to go through and see that. Using that data, using that information, kind of took a look at what's available. There's a few spots that have shown up, and we just quickly mark the chart where they are. But one of them we're going to try first is, we should be able to tuck in right about here. Maybe even actually a little bit further in, and have ourselves protection from the southwest coming from this direction. And even if it does wrap around, we should be fine. The eddies typically wrap around a little bit further, so we should be tucked right in there. It looks like there's decent terrain, so there's decent height there that's going to protect us from the wind. Just all around, it looks like it's going to be a good anchorage. So that's one option.
Sails are in. We're about ready to head into our anchorage. Volleys are back on. There is rain on the way, and it is heavy out there. So we're actually going out a wider route. Normally we'll tuck in between the rocks, but in a torrential downpour, not the spot we want to put ourselves in. So we'll let that rain pass over us in a big wide channel.
Good news is it looks like it's going to be short-lived. There is beautiful sunny skies right after it, so we're going to get wet, but as soon as that passes, it looks like it'll be perfect.
Oh, wow, that's lightning.
Oh, lightning! I haven't seen that in a very long time.
Every time we're out sailing and it begins to rain, I forget to switch over to my contacts, which can be pretty essential because I just anchored like this. And I couldn't see anything. Not well anyway. So then they go above the head like that, and how does that help me? Because I can't see. Anyway, it worked out this time. And we are anchored in what looks like it's a lovely little bay in about 30 feet of water. Protected from the wind now. We'll just have to hope that it does not shift to the north as it normally comes out of, because then it'll be exposed and pretty screwed. But feels nice to have it anchor down, and now I can start working on dinner. My favorite part of the day. It has turned out to be a absolutely beautiful night now. The rain has stopped, the sun has come out. It's actually a little blinding, like if I went down, pretty bright on the water. But I did finish making the pizza and it is ready to eat, so time to go enjoy a nice hot meal. Yeah, that's right. Bright sun. For a little
dinner space here.
Yeah, I need it. Want you back.